Hello, this is Mr. Lowry, and today's lesson we're going to review again 3.10a. We will use critical inquiry to analyze nonfiction text by explaining the author's purpose and message within the text. So again, the author's purpose is just basically their reason for writing a text or a story. Usually when we're talking about fiction or stories that have characters and events in them, it's usually the author's purpose is to entertain you with a story that usually has a lesson in the end. But when we're talking about an informational text, it's different. Here again, the author's purpose is their reason for writing a story or text. Some questions you might ask yourself is, what is the main idea of the text? What does the author want you to know? What does the author want you to feel after reading? So again, we said when it's a nonfiction text or informational text, the author's purpose is to inform you about a specific topic. Usually just looking at the photographs and the title, you can get the topic. Here again, reviewing this, I see elephants, I see African elephants in the title. Then I know the author's purpose is to give me information about elephants that live in Africa. And I can look at the details here, and I see details about how much they weigh, details about how long they live, how long their teeth last. And this one I can look at and I can see the topic is chocolate chip cookies. The title is Fresh Chocolate Chip Cookies. And when I read on further here, I can see that the author is encouraging people to make chocolate chip cookies. And I can add nuts or peanut butter in them. So I can see the author's purpose there is to get people to make chocolate chip cookies. When I look at this, I can see pictures of pizza, and I see the title, Pizza Pizza, so it's not hard for me to understand that the author's purpose here is, once I see the ingredients, and then I see steps in here with words like first, next, I see that the author's purpose here is to teach us how to make pizza. And the author's purpose here is to teach you, the reader, how to tie your shoes. I can tell by the title, by the pictures, by the numbers that are the steps that show you how to do it. So when I'm talking about the bat article that we read, obviously the topic is bats. And it gives us information about bats. But when I read the first paragraph, I get a little more of an understanding of why the author, or how the author feels about bats and how they want us to feel about bats. Again, it says, there are a lot of myths about bats that make people fear them. However, bats are very important to the ecosystems where they live. Also, when I look at how it ends, so he starts off by saying bats have a bad reputation. People fear them because of watching movies about Dracula and hearing stories about, bats being vampires that are sucking people's blood. A lot of people don't like bats, or they fear bats. They don't understand how important they are to our well-being, to our ecosystems. And then when I go in the last paragraph, it says again, bats help take care of insect populations and populate fruit trees. Without bats, we wouldn't have avocados, bananas, and other foods we love. So I can see the author's purpose is to not only just give us information about bats, but also help us understand that bats are really beneficial, that they are endangered, and that they really help out farmers with insect populations. And they also pollinate plants that helps us have avocados, bananas, and other foods. So the author's purpose obviously is to convince us that bats are good, not bad and scary. The questions that I have, I'm sorry about the Google slide. It was messed up. You were not able to type in the boxes on the Google slide. You are able to type in the boxes now on the Google slide. I had forgotten to make a copy for everyone. I've since did that, so that other assignment you can now do it. And I've extended the due date until the end of the day today. The first question in the Google form on this test, again, let me go here. This is the Google form. This is where you find your questions. The first one is, the title of this article is Bats. It also has 4 headings in bold print. List the names of the headings. Remember when we talked about bold print is like you see in the title? Also, you see bold print here. These are the headings. Just list the names of the headings there in bold print. Number 2, under which heading do you find information about how bats use echolocation to hunt? Again, go find where it talks about echolocation and then just give the name of that title. Is it diet and feeding? Is it predators and threats? I'm not going to tell you the answer, but it's one of those headings. One of these 1, 2, 3, 4. Under those headings, you'll find that information. 3 says, what are baby bats called? And under which heading do you find this information? So you're really going to put 2 answers there. What are the baby bats called? And under which header in the text do you find that information? Number 4, name 3 predators of bats that are mentioned in the article. There's 3 animals that attack and kill bats. Number 5, according to the article, how old are bats when they first learn to fly? 6, according to the article, how small is the smallest bat? And how large is the largest bat? So you really need 2 sentences to answer that question. You need to say the smallest bat is, remember to put how small it is. Number 7, bats don't just eat bugs. Name 3 other things mentioned in the article that bats eat. And last, again, what is the author's purpose for writing this article? What is their message they want to give you about bats? Use evidence from the text in order to explain how the author feels about bats. Don't forget to click submit. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching the video. See you later. Goodbye.